Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
There comes a time for all of us as knife community members, knife collectors, users, enthusiasts. There comes a time where we truly believe we have seen it all. You get to a point where everything starts to kind of look the same or feel the same. That spark, that light, that fire starts to dwindle, right? Because things get uninteresting. And then we are reminded swiftly, suddenly, violently, that we have not seen it all. Not anywhere close. I have not opened this up yet, but I know what it is. And I think a lot of you might know what it is. But if you don't know what it is, you are about to be amazed. You are about to be frazzled, I think, for lack of a better word. This is going to be quite the wild experience, and if you're thinking he's about to show something that makes absolutely no sense at all, you are correct. You are correct. I cannot wait. This is going to be an epic experience. Thanks so much to Mundus Knives for sending this in. I want to make this very, very clear. Mundus Knives is who is behind this. So I'm going to show on screen right now their official website, as well as their official, what I assume is their official Instagram page. Now, both of these will be linked down in the description, and I highly encourage you to at least go to the website. This is some of the most absolutely impressive, complicated, mind-blowing, mind-bending machine work. I can't, it's hard for me to comprehend, but we're going to have an example of that here in just a moment. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. This is now mine. I told you guys that I was waiting for something to jump out at me for my next major acquisition, and this was a find, a discovery that really I can't tell you the happiness just to know that it existed. That overwhelming sensation of happiness. I knew that I would acquire a version of this blade, but when I found out that this existed, I thought for sure, I thought these must be all gone. But if there's still one out there, I'm going to try and get it. And I got it. So let's put a glove on. People always get on me and say, why do you put one glove on and then you don't put the other glove on? It's so that I can get traction where I need it, right? But maybe on surfaces that, you know, getting a fingerprint on a spine surface might not be as big of a deal. But I want to keep my nasty fingerprints off of the show side. Oh, boy. Oh boy, I think probably the vacuum sealing on this, just because it had to come so far, is probably not doing its job anymore. That's okay. Oh, this poor thing's been out in the cold. Oh, oh my gosh. It is 2025 in the knife world. Oh, we're going to learn together, guys. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. Okay, so if you're not aware of what this is the Mundus Knives Al-Khem, or Al-Khem. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. This is a lot of titanium Damascus. This is legitimately titanium Damascus. Now, this knife does something special, but I think before we get to that, because I've only watched videos, I think we pull down here, and then we whip. Okay, I figured it out. I was blocking it with my finger. So we're gonna, I'm dying. I'm passing away. I'm passing away. I can't handle it. Okay. All right. Good. I'm actually shaking. This is wild. So there's a standard Al-Khem, and there's an upgraded Al-Khem. This is the supreme, the Genesis Al-Khem. This is not paint or special, like a gold looking coating. This is a 24 karat gold coating on an M390 blade. This is absolutely spectacular. Okay, so I'm still trying to get over the fact that such an object exists. But just remember, bear with me, because I want to show this a little bit at a time. The blade does something. It does something. I'm sure you can tell there's something weird going on with that if you've never seen this. The blade does something wild, okay? But let's appreciate this 24 karat gold coating that is over the top of M390. So this is, if you're wondering, right, this edge is actually sharp, and it comes down to, I'm getting little fingerprints on it, I shouldn't do that. It comes down to essentially a zero edge. Now, it's obviously very thick, and there's going to be people pointing out, why would you even make that if it, you know, hinders, like, obviously that's not going to cut well. I think it should be pretty clear that the goal with this thing, the creation, was to showcase their amazing ability to create the object. Whether or not it actually functions optimally as a cutting tool goes out the window. I mean, it's been out the window for a while. We missed that exit 13 exits back. We're going to another state. We're going to another country, another planet, another universe, right? So if you could, you know, from this point, follow along with me from there. But yeah, we have one edge that is not sharp. It's a false edge. And while they probably could have gotten away with it, there is a lot of exposed area right here, so I can understand why they did that. This entire frame is Timascus. This is beautiful Timascus, by the way. These are absolutely hulking, gargantuan chunks of Timascus. This is the most Warhammer 40K meets World of Warcraft looking. This looks like some sort of legendary artifact that you would find in a video game. But wait, because that's not all. Oh, it's so smooth. Now, I've seen, okay, it did something when I pushed this down. I've seen videos. I'm going to have to touch it. Oh, it's rotating. Okay, I think I've got it. Oh. No way. No way. This is so much crazier in person. Oh. What the heck, man? Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I mean, listen, I can hear you guys all in unison asking why. Why? Here's the answer. Because why not, right? Look I've never seen anything like this. This is insane. It's so cool. I mean, listen, the inspiration for this obviously came from fantasy, video game. It has to be heavily influenced. I'd be shocked to find out that the person behind this design did not play Warhammer 40K or World of Warcraft, or maybe both, right? Those games have, you know, the benefit of existing in an imaginary world, right? And a computer-generated world. So whatever they can generate, you know, with graphics, can be a reality. It doesn't have to make sense, right? The fact that we now exist in a time where we can bring these nonsensical geometries to a physical object, whether or not it makes sense or is practical, there's no part of me that cares in the slightest. I'm so happy that someone had the gall, the ability, the knowledge, right, to try. This is nuts, man. This is nuts. I want to go back 10 years, just 10 years, and say, wait till you see, man. Wait till you see. So I got to get this figured out. Oh, look how that comes apart. That is insane. Hold on. So right here, it starts to open up. You really got to give it. Yeah, but watch this. I'm going to let this go. Let it fall. Oh, and it comes back together. This is crazy. The tip out here is insane. The fact that this splits, it looks so solid. The fact, I'm trying to find that sound. Hey guys, MC from the future here. I'm sure you love watching me struggle, but this thing also deserves to be showcased with the proper deployment and the proper acoustics. So here we go. I'm going to rotate this back the other way. Very cool. Did the designer do this intentionally? Whatever's happening inside of the pivot, I have no idea. But it sounds like it was manufactured to do that. I got to see this in slow motion. This is so weird. So right here, as we come down, that closing up, it becomes so solid. Oh man, okay, and then we're gonna Let's rotate it back, I guess. Pushing down on the pivot. Yeah, that's so wild. Looking at this, I would think they put a bunch of screws in the blade just to make it look mechanical. But the seams, I mean, especially out here, I would never guess that the tip comes together like this. This is ridiculous. I think in a lot of ways, this knife truly captures, with the awareness, the designer's awareness of like the hyper fantasy and almost to the point of it being obnoxiously over the top, right? The simplest way to describe this is, of course, the gas station aesthetic. I think that this was intentionally taken to the absolute peak on purpose. A modern design with the most over-the-top elements, the most over-the-top aesthetic elements, right? That at base you could describe as gas station, but intentionally taken to the peak of that mountain. And I applaud the designer for going there. It's like they're aware of it, and they're just going for it anyway. They're having fun, making something ridiculous for the sake of making something ridiculous. And what a move, because this knife has already grabbed the attention of tens or hundreds of thousands of people in that basic form. But, as we've come to expect with the knife world is that there are, standard versions. I'm trying to get used to this. It's actually a really smooth system. There are standard versions of things, and then often we end up with super crazy versions, or as Kunwu puts it, Giga Chad versions of things, or Giga versions of things. And that is what this is. I'm still trying to figure out the exact movement there. What's happening is I'm touching this little wheel back here as I'm sort of whipping this out. There we go. The sound it makes. This is so insane. This is so cool and so fun. This truly encapsulates everything that I love about the wacky end of the knife world, right? We have practical knives. We have practical knives with, enthusiast elements. We have impractical knives with enthusiast elements. We have art knives. We have overbuilt knives. We have all of this, right? The colorful stuff, the tactical stuff. This is like everything except for the dark tactical wrapped into one thing, right? The transforming or spreading blade, which serves no purpose other than for them to just say, look at this thing that we made. I mean, seriously, look at the tolerances. Look at this. There's no movement or play, by the way. The blade's not rattling around. The only way that it moves back into position is if you decide to close it, right? And by the way, there's no blade play at all. I mean, the locking system, whatever this is, we haven't even started to open that can of worms, which I will when we review it. I'll find a way to tell you guys exactly what's going on in there. This is unbelievable. I mean, there are so many little I wondered why it came with this little bag of bits. And it's because there are a ton of different little sized fasteners there, right? And I don't know why they wouldn't use all the same sizes. Maybe it looks like maybe just different parts of it. But even the thing that's used to release the blade is wildly complicated. And look at this. We have a seam construction with multiple, it might all be one piece, and then at the top it's milled to be multiple little pieces there. What an absolutely insane object. This is mine now. It'll be a part of my permanent collection. And it is, I own some wild stuff. But I love overbuilt stuff. I love symmetrical designs. And this is very nearly symmetrical outside of the locking system, right? And I also love wild and crazy things. I love, super colorful, this or that. I like that, what a lot of people would consider gaudy or obnoxious or annoying aesthetic. I like that. I think that's fun. And I've come to that, I think a lot of people can understand why I've come to appreciate that. And it's in my position as somebody who has over 5,000 uploads, I've handled a lot of stuff. And let me tell you, the vast majority of that stuff is very, very straightforward and basic because, that's what I think the majority of people are comfortable carrying. So as a reviewer, I am constantly sent new, but very, very basic designs. And while, I can appreciate the practicality of that stuff, I do get bored of it. So stuff like this, is just awesome. And it also brings out my inner child. Like me as a little kid, I would lose my mind over this. In fact, one of my biggest joys right now is waiting for my kids to come home so that I can show them this. You exist in the same world as this very real object, right? So yeah, this is super cool. And, oh, I'm getting the hang of it. Wow. Let's get that. Let's transform the blade one more time. Okay, so it's this part. It's the front part that actually is rotating. I'm just going to use my... Oh, I can do it while it's out, too. Oh, that was weird. Can we go backwards from there? I don't think we can. So, hold on. Let me... let's reset this. That's interesting, because that'll give us a better look at that transformation. So we're going to reset it to spread. And now, while it's out, I'm going to rotate this and let you guys see. Wow. I can't decide which mode I think it looks better in. I just can't believe how well everything fits back together. It's insane. Oh boy, man. This makes me want it to be like a huge sword, you know? That's what it looks like. This is so cool, man. Okay. That's it until we get to the review. I had a lot of fun with this. The goal of showing it to you guys is just because it's fun. The Al-Khem and many other, this is the crazy thing. This is them just coming out of the gate. They've got so many wild and crazy designs. If you're a collector, obviously this is expensive, right? I don't think anybody is under any type of delusion here. Like, this is an expensive object, but they are able to create very wild and very mechanically complex designs, right? Functionally complex designs, even if it's essentially like, you know, pointless, right? They're able to do that. So if you're interested in that stuff, especially if you're interested in the really, you know, over embellished, the crazy wild stuff, please check out their website. Because one look at it and you'll go, this is a company that's definitely going to move very quickly, I think, in the knife world, just because of what they're capable of creating. I think they definitely stand out, and I've just never seen anything like this, so it's very cool. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.